Hi everyone, my name is Anna and I am the owner of Little Wink Sleep. Today I have 9-week-old Kelly with me and she is going to help me show you a little bit about swaddles. Swaddles are traditionally used to help babies with the startle reflex. And the startle reflex is in place of having partial paralysis, which we would see come into play at about 8 to 9 weeks. So Kelly's just at that point now where she's getting her partial paralysis during her deep sleep. So the startle reflex is where we see one arm, one leg kind of kick out, or the neck or whatever it may be. And so swaddles are traditionally used to help calm the body. It imitates the womb. Now, depending on which hospital you're giving birth at, they'll have different recommendations, and it's really a parent's choice if you choose to swaddle or not. I do like swaddles because it helps them calm their bodies. However, some babies don't. If you look at most ultrasound photos, most babies have their hands up by their mouths, and so they don't like it when we restrict their arms down. However, it does calm them, and some babies do really love it. So we're going to swaddle Kelly first in a traditional swaddle, so just another blanket, and then we're going to use a halo swaddle, which is a specially made swaddle. That is a really good transition to a main swaddle, so to a main sleep sack. Now, like I say, not all parents choose to swaddle, but if you do choose to swaddle, then this is really helpful for you. We want to start transitioning out of the swaddle at about this stage, anywhere between 8 and 12 weeks, when they're starting to make moves to roll. So Kelly is actually still using her swaddle, but she is starting to do little half rolls. And so after I've put her in her swaddle, I'm going to explain to you how you would then transition out of a swaddle. So we want to make sure that they're definitely transitioned out by 12 weeks so it doesn't prohibit rolling as well. So Kelly is going to lay down here for me. And what we do with the first one is you go over the shoulder and you're tucking the arm down. Now babies like to be really tight, and so you roll that in behind their bum. Hey, she's just loving this today. And then we tuck up the top so it doesn't come out. And then we tuck down that other arm and bring that guy right around. Now, with a blanket swaddle like this, generally you will go around the body again to be able to tuck it in. So, as you can see here, we can then tuck it in. Hey, Kelly is nearly ready for nap time, so she is so happy about this. So you can see this is a traditional blanket swaddle. She's got great head control, so I can show you. This is a traditional swaddle that you would just use with a swaddling cloth, and it's really helpful. I actually really like these ones for when they start to get out of them, because they can kind of wriggle out of them, and as they loosen off, if they're having a nap time, then you're able to take it off and help them transition out of it. So we're going to undo this guy. So I'm going to put her down. You're doing so well, my little friend. Yes, you're adorable. Are you ready for nap time? So this is a halo swaddle. This is Kelly's favorite one, and because we're going straight into nap time, we're going to use her favorite one. So it looks like a sleep sack, which is great. I love sleep sacks. They're great indicators of when sleep is happening. And then it has the swaddle feature around the arms. So when I had my little one, we actually got given a number of swaddles secondhand, and it was really great because it meant that I could try different ones, and so our favorite ones, we actually ended up really liking the traditional swaddle, just because our little girl, she was such a mover and wriggler, so we ended up transitioning her out fairly soon. So this one, you would just tuck her into the sleep sack like I'm doing right now. And we're going to do the zipper. Now we did used to, when she was having between 5 and 8 weeks, is a really hard time for development and everything. And so we actually increased the use of the swaddle during that time just because it really helped calm the body. They're just going through so many changes. So you'll see here that we will put one arm down. Now, if your baby doesn't like having their arms down, you can have the arms slightly tucked up, so kind of like this rather than down. But Kelly likes to have her arms down, And then we tuck it over there like that. Now they are going to wriggle and move, so we want to make sure that it's nice and tight and snug, and we don't want loose fabric, so that they're nice and safe during that sleep time. And there we have a little baby burrito Callie. Look at her, all ready for bed. So how do you know when to transition out of swaddles? The main thing is that we're looking for that rolling and that startle reflex to go. That's different to the Mora reflex. The Mora reflex is double arms, so both arms coming out at once. And that goes later than we usually would see with our traditional startle reflex. The other thing that you want to do is we don't want to take the swaddle away instantly. So we're going to be looking at doing it gradually. So you would do one arm out, or even tucked up and then out, the second arm out and swaddling around the waist, and then moving it down the waist. You're taking about 9 to 14 days to remove a swaddle. We're not doing it super quickly. At this age, they're still relying on you for that self-regulation, which is why I use a parent-present and more gentle approach. Oh, are you cooking? So now she's ready for bed because she knows that when she gets her swaddle on, it's time for bed. So I would love it if you message me about any questions you might have about swaddling. Like I was saying, some kids love it and some kids hate it, but I would encourage you, if your baby's finding it really hard to self-settle, that swaddles in those first couple of months are a really helpful tool. Talk to you soon.
Have people in your life been telling you, you'll never sleep again? Are you starting to stress about how life is going to change with a baby or adding an additional baby? I've been there. And mama, it's time to cheers your new best friend, Little Wink Sleep. Our Nurturing Newborns program gently and gradually lays the foundation for sleep in a way that you're able to manage and understand. We use a science-based approach that fosters healthy attachment. You'll be able to let go of the stress of newborn sleep and enjoy this stage, knowing your baby is set up with the right skills. Nurturing Newborn Sleep includes all our insider coaching strategies, taking you step by step, troubleshooting along the way, as well as